Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Quick video today. Thank you very much for visiting once again. And just thought I'd quickly take a look at the Gloster Pioneer before I go and put some primer on it just to unify the surfaces. There are a few challenges to overcome here, and there may still be one or two yet to come. And obviously you will have seen my recent Substack piece relating to essentially what happens when it all goes wrong, and I talk a little bit about this very thing, this very model. We've made some progress with it, as you can see. It's very nearly there. So the disaster I thought would happen and hasn't, it would appear, is that I thought it would be resting on its tail because I think I didn't have enough weight in the nose, but it would appear that that's not the case. It's balanced delicately, as you can see, but I think it should be okay. Although, having said that, I've just noticed there's a piece of blue tack there. Let's take that out and see what happens. Ah, yeah, that makes all the difference. That little, oh no, there we go. I may yet still put it on a diorama board and glue it down just for the sake of it. There's not quite enough weight there. So anyway, let's take a little look at what we've done in the meantime. We've put the tailpipe on, obviously, put the tail on, and added the wings in, and done quite a lot of gap filling here, as you can see. The undercarriage is now in. That's a bit of a trick because it fits where it touches, and it doesn't touch in many places, and it's important to first of all get this a little bit leaning forward, and also it's nice to note that the orientation of this undercarriage is such that the aircraft sits on its wheels level like this and not slightly pointed up, which it did at Cranwell, because the Doughty strut was extended. I think it was called the Doughty strut was extended at Cranwell for, I think, aerodynamic reasons. That piece of photo etch there, just move that a little bit. There we go, that's done. And this little bit that pokes out here is very easy to bend, so there we are. But so I want to emulate an aircraft that was, or the aircraft that was tested at Brockworth on its taxi trials, and this is arguably where you could say it had its first flight, but they don't count runway hops as flights as such. But interestingly, during those Brockworth taxi trials, Sir Frank Whittle himself actually took the controls on one occasion, or I think on two occasions. So there we are. But it's almost ready. So the layer of primer, as you know, will unify the surface. It gives us a single surface to spray onto, and we're going to be spraying a silver on the bodywork here, and could be an RAF silver or something of that kind. And I'm going to do these a darkish grey, not quite as dark as IJN grey, the Imperial Japanese Navy grey, a little bit lighter than that, maybe a few shades on these ailerons, elevators and rudder, because they were canvas covered and were different colour to the metal of the duralumin sheets. But I shall introduce some tonal variations in this as well, and that will get us into a position where we have a, there you are, you can see the balance of this is not quite there we go. And the other thing I've done, as you can see here, is I have completed the job of putting that little front end on the on the canopy here, because as you remember, I cut the canopy in half, and that will sit onto its runners there after that fashion, and in order to allow it to properly sit on its runners, there we go, here's the balance here. It's not quite balancing. Now it's decided not to balance. There we go. What I've also done, I'm going to zero in on this for you so that you can take a look at this. But let's go in. So poker, we'll need the poker, won't we? Put that there. So in order to get this, let's show you what this looks like. In order to get let's see if we can get that in focus. That's not quite focusing. Oh, there we go. It's sort of focusing. there's a runner bar there on either side, and in order to make that fit to this, what I've done is introduced just a piece of, this is not behaving, is it? Oh, there we go, look. I've introduced a piece of stretch sprue on either side, and you can see that's going to have to be painted in silver. That won't be a problem in and of itself, but this allows this to sit slightly away from its mounting there like that. It'll be glued in. I'm not going to have it sliding backwards and forwards, because you know and I know that the first thing that will get lost here is this bit. So that'll sit on there like that, as you can see, slightly forward, and that'll look hopefully very nice. And the other thing that I would show you that we've completed is this piece of bent bar stock that I've put in here to accommodate the extension of this framework here, because I cut this off and removed the framework that would have been visible here. So what I've done is glued that in with some extra thin quick setting, then used a little bit of Mr. Surfacer 1500 and that just wicks into the gap, fills those gaps in, and when I paint over the top of this, I can paint this section cockpit internal green, but this section I shall hand paint anyway, but that will be silver, but I'll hand paint this on the inside, and obviously this as well on the inside. Let's get this in focus. What's going on today? There we go. Maybe it's my phone telling me it's time to have a new camera or something. Probably not, but anyway, there it is. So we'll put some primer on it, put a top coat on it. The only last thing to do really after that is to put this line of indicators on. We don't need any of this, because on the pre-flight tested Gloster Pioneer, the first one, there were no markings on it, so I'm emulating a pre-flight tested product, shall we say, and I shall put it on a baseboard just with a grass, a grass underneath, and that will be that, and then it will be given to the person to whom it is going to be given, shall we put it like that. So that's it and all about it for this week, everybody. Only one other thing to add, which is that the little tiny widget which I lost from the Lightning, which is this thing. Oh, come along, here we go. Which is the control column, which I knocked off. That which was lost is now found. And I can't remember, it was on the modelling table somewhere, but I couldn't find it, so I've put it in a little dish, and hopefully then I won't lose it again, so I can get back to doing the Lightning and possibly putting it together and so on. It'll present the same sort of challenges, I think, as this one did, because the fuselage halves are curved, but there you are. Anyway, that's a topic for another video, but anyway, in the meantime, thanks very much everyone, nice to see you again, and thank you very much for turning up. Do feel free to subscribe if you're still here and you haven't done already. It makes me very happy, and it doesn't cost you anything, but it does help the channel grow. So looking forward to seeing you the next time round, and take care until the next one. Bye for now.